Here comes your 90-day fiance. Your 90-day fiance recap. With Allie and Melissa.
Hello, and welcome to Webcrawler's Bimbo News 90-Day Fiancé Recap. I'm Allie Siegel.
And I'm Melissa Stettin.
This is a podcast where we'll discuss the latest episodes in the 90-Day Fiancé universe. We have a Patreon. Our true crime episodes are now only available at patreon.com/webcrawlers for $5 a month. And check out some new merchandise that we're dropping.
Oh,
it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
We're even buying some.
I bought one myself.
Nice. Webcrawlerspod.com or hothorse.horse if you're nasty. And
do I still own that domain?
Oh, yeah, maybe you. Yeah, check out your GoDaddy.
Horse. Fuck yeah, I still own it.
Thank God. Thank God. Hold on to that because that's going to be worth something one day. Also, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and call into our hotline and leave a voicemail if you'd like to be on our mailbag episodes. Leave a message about something we've discussed in an episode. Tell us a secret.
Shh.
Tell us some 90-Day Fiancé gossip or insider news.
We got a message that was explaining the upside down pineapple.
Oh, good.
I'll play it in the mailbag, but it was like swingers or something. Is another name for swinging.
Ew. Oh, well, I guess that makes sense because they were cheating and did the hall pass. Okay. So call in with any insider info you have also. The number is... Insert
Sick.
Jingle here.
Dude, I always insert the jingle anyway. I don't know why we always sing it.
Great.
626-63 for 2069. Nice.
Should we get into 90-Day Fiancé before the 90 days?
Yes. So this is season 6, episode 12.
Riley and Violet. Also, I thought it was so funny. It made the rounds on the internet. There's a publicity photo of Riley. I don't even know what it's for. Was it for like People magazine or for the TLC website or something?
Oh, I don't know.
But everyone was like, this looks like someone sticking a finger up his butthole or something.
Oh
like,
my God, that's right.
He looks like an out-of-work magician who someone is fingering his butt during the picture. He's just doing a little like, ooh. Whoa. They bore me.
They're boring. I kind of watch what they're up to. It's always like they're fighting and then they make up and then they're fighting and then they make up. I did watch their segment and Riley's always complaining about like, we talk about stuff and it's good. And then Violet she always asks me how much money I make.
Right.
And I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah, you think. I just don't know what they seem to have in common or what they like about each other.
I don't know.
This trip seems to be... Remember when he first got there, she was like, I don't really have time to hang out with you.
Yeah, she's like, I have other plans.
Yeah. And then they got in and then she decided to hang out with him and just called him ugly all the time.
Yeah.
And then they got in that huge fight, didn't talk or hang out, and she blocked him everywhere. And now they're hanging out again, and she's just asking him about his money. This trip doesn't seem great so far.
This isn't going to last. I'll say it right here.
I don't think so. He says he has $100,000 in savings to take care of her and her daughter.
Is he retired?
He says he can make poor look good, though.
Okay.
He can make it stretch. What does he do, Riley?
100K in savings. I mean, if you're retired, but I don't know, that's not going to last that long.
Oh, he's a veteran. He's a military veteran.
Oh, so he gets good benefits then.
Yeah, he gets benefits also. Interesting. So maybe it will be okay, and then eventually she'd be able to work too, if with her visa, and like her daughter might be able to work. I mean, if she wants him for his money, she's going after the wrong guy. But if she actually likes him, then they can make it work.
It's a common theme of like people going after Americans for their money. Like a lot of the Americans on the show aren't rich at all.
I know that
it's really crazy. Do they? I would assume they lie about how much money they have, and then
I don't even really think it's that. I think that what it's a lot of money for their country of origin.
Oh, right.
And they don't
like
realize
Philippines,
that.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that they don't realize that that's not a lot of money for America.
Right. To them, it's a lot of money. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you're like, I make, $70,000 a year. And they're like, oh my God, that's a ton of money.
Yeah.
Here, that's like, oh, I'm like at the poverty line, essentially. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's just a huge discrepancy of what it actually takes to live in America. Another couple that is money conscious is Gino and Jasmine.
Yes. We open on them. Gino's trimming Jasmine's nose hairs.
Do you trim your nose hairs?
No, I've never done it. Have you?
No. Do I need to be? My dad always did that. I feel like that's like for boys. I always felt like that was for, old men is trimming
I feel
their
like
nose
old
hairs.
men get nose hairs.
Yeah. But like now I'm worried, like, should I be trimming my nose hairs? Is that something I should be doing?
I don't think I have a lot of nose hairs.
I can imagine that maybe I do. I feel like
once you get older, you get nose hairs.
does your baby have nose hairs?
No, but I have like a thing to suck the boogers out of her nose.
Oh, that's kind of fun. Do you have to suck with your mouth on the other end?
And there's like a little filter in there, but
Oh my God, you really do? I was just joking.
Yeah.
You literally suck with your mouth?
Yeah. It's like a little tube and then there's a thing, but there's like a filter so the boogers don't go in your mouth.
Well,
I was
right.
afraid to do it. Martin did it first and I was like, I'm not doing this. But I was like, oh, it doesn't.
Oh my God, that's crazy. You literally suck with your mouth. Oh my God,
We do it every night after bath time because she can't blow her nose.
that's wild. Yeah.
Yeah. They have like automatic ones that do it too, but those aren't as good. Aren't as good.
I was terrified and also embarrassed to blow my nose as a kid.
Oh yeah, I never blew my nose either.
I never did. I was like, I thought people would make fun of me or think I was gross blowing it. They'd be like, ew, boogers. Like I was embarrassed to blow my nose until I was almost an adult.
Wow. I picked my nose a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So they're trimming each other's nose hairs. Now that Gino can ejaculate, everything's going great.
Everything's going great. Jasmine pops out his Viagra and is like, ooh, look at these.
The magic pill. But
everything's going really well. I'm like, this isn't, it's going too well. Something bad's going to happen. And boy, does it go south.
Yeah. So Gino wants a kid.
Yeah.
Which is surprising. They're not using protection.
Right.
But because Gino has never come before. So Jasmine's like, I've never had to think or worry about kids because like we hardly have sex and you can't bust a load. So why would I worry about that? To put it scientifically, it's weird that Gino all of a sudden wants a child with her when before he wasn't really sure about like whether or not he wanted to get married, and she's so volatile, and then also about the money stuff. I don't know. It seemed like a strange turn of events.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's said this before, but he's like, I've always said to you that I wanted a kid. And
I don't
she's
remember
like,
that.
I don't remember that either. But because Jasmine already has 2 kids who are like teenagers, I think.
Yeah, or
tweens.
younger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think she's kind of like, I don't know if kids are a lot of work. And if you're having trouble in your relationship, it's not going to make anything easier. I can understand if you've been a mother twice and have lost custody or whatever her situation is with your children twice. I can imagine that having a third child would be something you're reluctant about.
She's in her late 30s.
Yeah.
I imagine like raising 2 kids, having to do that all over again. It's so much work. But like Gino is like, I don't know that I would be happy if I didn't have a kid.
Right. And he's retired or retiring. So he's like, I can spend a lot of time with the children. And Jasmine's like, well, it also costs a lot of money. So how are you going to retire and then we're going to have a kid and raise a child? It just doesn't make sense.
Right.
She drops that she's on birth control, right? She's like, well, I've been low-key taking birth control because I don't want a child. And like, can you be happy just with me and just us being in love?
Yeah.
Plot twist for next week. Then it's like next week on 90 Day Fiance, they seem to be getting in a huge fight. And she claims that she's been having sex with her ex who lives in her apartment complex.
Yeah, she's like, well, I was fucking my ex 1 month ago. Do you think she's lying?
Yeah, I think she's lying just to hurt us feelings.
I don't know. Maybe she is. She has been bringing him up a lot lately. But I don't know if that's like just to make him jealous.
I think she's just trying to say the meanest thing possible to hurt his feelings.
That's
and
kind
she
of
knows
what I
it's a
thought
sore
too.
subject. If she has been doing that, none of her behaviors would make sense because she's been pushing for this relationship so hard and pushing for like monogamy and him not being allowed to talk to or look at anyone else and all of this shit. If she was cheating on him, I would be so confused by their relationship.
Yeah, I would be
her.
shocked. I would be shocked.
I don't know where they will go from next week, like where they'll go from her saying that to him.
I don't know. That's crazy. That's mean.
But I look forward, and whether or not she's telling the truth, I look forward to that.
Right. Can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait for that. A hot mess of a couple. David and Sheila, sweethearts.
Did you? So they're riding in a taxi, and Sheila is talking to the interpreter, or like talking about how David makes grunting noises that he doesn't notice.
Well, yeah, of course he wouldn't notice them. Yeah.
Do like an interview, and the camera person asks him, like, do you notice these noises? He's like, well, I think when I'm like yelling at someone, or like I know I make noises, but I guess it's like all the time.
I've never noticed that though. Have you?
I haven't either. Because I usually have the volume like kind of low when I watch, and I have the subtitles on, and I turned it up, and I could hear. I don't know if they were like making it louder, but like, yeah, it's just like a lot of loud breathing.
I mean, of course, you can't hear yourself,
right?
So I mean, like it's. When I was walking this morning and I had earphones in because I was listening to music, when people would walk past me and I'd say good morning, I'm like, I must be saying good morning so loudly to them because I can't hear myself, you know? Like, of
good
course
morning!
Yeah, like, of course you're probably breathing loudly or sighing or whatever because you can't hear how loudly you're doing things. I mean, it makes sense.
But then they go to the beach to hang out with Sheila's son. They're having a fun time. Jean Reel says he likes David and he wants to learn sign language, but then Sheila asks if he wants to move to the US and he says no. But David's like, tells Sheila that he's willing to be his father.
Yeah, and they seem to have a really nice time playing, and David seems like a natural kind of father figure. And the son seems really shy, and David kind of understands that and what that's like. And, you know, like, it's probably hard for a kid to imagine moving to an entirely different country where an entirely different language is spoken and leaving all your friends.
Yeah.
But I imagine, like, eventually he would acclimate to that and all, you know, everything once he saw, you know, the plus side. But yeah, and then also, you know, David acknowledges that if they came to the United States, it would be his responsibility to take care of them and that he would do so. So...
Yeah, and I guess he lives in like a 1-bedroom apartment now. He said something about he would need another room for them.
Yeah, for them. Like he would either get them their own place or he would get a new place for all of them or something like that. Right. I hope that they work out. I think that they're a really sweet. I think they are still together.
Yeah.
Because I read somewhere people were kind of trolling Sheila online.
Why?
On Instagram, but David was like, don't listen to them, honey.
Why would they troll Sheila?
I
Poor
know,
Sheila.
Sweet angel. I think it was about the house. I think it was about like getting money for the house or stupid shit like that. And David was just like, don't listen to her, honey. Don't listen to them, honey, baby.
Don't
so I think they're
listen to
still
them,
together.
honey, baby.
Yeah. Sweet. We liked Statler so much in the beginning, and now...
Not anymore. Not anymore.
She was so great when she had ADD and was eating Hungry Man dinners, and now...
Boy, has she taken a turn for the worse.
Yeah, she's taken a real turn. So Dempsey is pissed about the whole Hotel X thing.
Yeah, because Statler didn't tell her. She's like, I didn't keep it from her. It just didn't come up. That's lying.
Withholding is a form of lying. Yes. Statler slept on the couch, which is a total
Rosie O'Donnell move.
Rosie O'Donnell move. Yeah, I tweeted this that Statler. I think I might have said this already before that Statler dresses like Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes.
Sleeping on the couch. Dempsey, there it says nowhere that Dempsey asked her to sleep on the couch or anything like that. I can imagine Statler slept on the couch to make a scene and to be a victim, and it's just such like a narcissistic, love bombery, weird move to try to make Dempsey feel bad for like setting a boundary and make her feel like she's done something wrong.
Yeah.
God, her behavior is really starting to piss me off, actually. It feels like maybe Statler hasn't closed that chapter with her ex. And I'm like, exes can be friends. I totally believe that you can be friendly with an ex.
Sure.
But not if that ex still wants to have sleepovers with you and for closure on your relationship. Because then that's not a pure friendship.
No.
That's your ex still has feelings for you, and you're probably still talking to your ex because it feels good to have that attention from them.
Yeah, because Statler feels like the type of person who always has to be in a relationship or have some sort of relationship type thing going on.
Yeah, she needs to have attention of some sort or like feel wanted or desired by someone. Statler's view of relationships for me seems very all or nothing. It's like black or white thinking. It's like,
yeah, the comments she makes to Dempsey are like, okay, well then I'm just going to go back and we're never going to talk again. I'm just going to do that. It's like, what are you talking? No one said that.
Right. It's either they're moving in together and like they're going to get married or just spend the rest of their life together, or it's nothing at all.
Never speaking again.
Yeah, or she's being fully rejected.
Yeah. It's so annoying.
And for me, I was like, okay, this woman has like such anxious attachment style. She perceives everything as she's like being abandoned. And if someone isn't fully invested in the ride with her, or if someone sets a boundary, then she's like gonna blow up the situation, and she thinks she's, being left, and it's like the worst thing in the world. She says it comes from being adopted and that she was abandoned before she was even born. And it's
sure, that does happen, I would assume, to people who are adopted. But she definitely broke that out as a way to make Dempsey feel bad for her. Like, I'm adopted. Please feel bad for me. Like, it's manipulative.
Yeah. Also, girl, work that out in therapy. What a sad way to view the world, and what a unfortunate story to tell yourself, instead of the story of like, wow, a family who didn't even know me wanted me and took me in as their own, and I got to live like a beautiful life with someone who didn't even know me, adopted me, and decided to make me like their own daughter and part of their family. Instead, she's just focusing on the fact that like, oh, I was abandoned before I was even born, instead of like, I don't know what the story of her, biological mother or father is, but could be a million things, there's 1,000 reasons why people give their children up for adoption, and most of them are not the desire to abandon their child.
Right.
No
one's like, I don't want this stupid baby. It's mostly like they can't afford it, or they're not responsible enough, or there's just some millions of reasons why.
Yes. And so that perception is very convenient for her in order to keep herself stuck in this story, and this story that she's using to like terrorize all of her romantic encounters now.
I would imagine every single relationship is like ended like this, or
yes, 100%. It will perpetuate in a cycle until she deals with this. And Dempsey is very like, you can tell Dempsey is very secure attached, because you can tell she's done the work. Like, she's actually been through shit and she's had to do the work. And she's like, no, I want things to stay as they are. Everything's chill, but... Oh, sorry, am I boring you?
Did I just yawn?
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. I'm so bored. I didn't realize I just yawned. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm awake. I got a coffee.
I'm awake. I love it. Statler and Dumphy.
Dumphy.
And she's just like, no, we can keep moving forward, but we just need to move at a pace that's normal and like slow and makes sense and is earned instead of everything all at once just because you want a relationship. I don't know. I don't see this working. I want better for Dempsey. Like,
Dempsey seems cool.
Yeah, I know Dempsey's a lesbian, but I kind of liked the vibe between her and that like hot guy who owns the Airbnb compound.
Yeah. Yeah, they should.
I don't know. Maybe they could switch. She could switch up teams or something. All right. Do you want to do Nicola and Misha?
Oh, okay. They're going fishing. They gone fishing.
Yeah.
This was
psychotic.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Because Misha, they were like fishing on some rocks that looked like pretty slippery.
Yeah.
And like Nicola was like being like, oh, don't do it this way. Do it like this way. And she's like, I could do it on my own. And then she slips and falls like on her knees.
Yeah.
And then she gets up and her blood is dripping from her legs.
Yeah, she does not have like a little cut. She eats shit
like, you
and
see
she's
a little
bleeding
cut.
from multiple
and
places.
Then you see her other leg. You're like, oh my God. Like it's a couple inch large gashes on each of her legs.
Yeah, she has multiple deep wounds.
And she's like doing the thing where she's like, no, it's fine. It's like, no, it's not okay. You need to wash that out.
I did that once at a birthday party.
Is that where you broke your foot?
Yes.
It's okay. It's fine. I'm okay.
Yeah, it was at Alexis Novak's birthday party. And
yoga instructor.
She had, well, now she owns this company, Tab Vintage. That's like, have you heard? It's like doing amazingly. She has this vintage company that dresses all these celebs now and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, anyways, plug for Tab Vintage. But anyways, so she had this birthday party at this dance place where it was like loosely choreographed dance for an hour. It was like a dance
was
workout.
it with what's his face?
Yeah, that place.
That place. You know.
That place. What was like Ryan Sweat Lodge or Sweat Theory or something. It was this like trendy place in LA.
A sweat lodge. Of course you're gonna.
It's this trendy dance.
Sweaty Sundays.
Yeah, Yeah, that's like what it was. And so we were all dancing, and then at the end, they were like, "Let's do a dance circle," and everyone go in the middle of the circle for a minute and do a little dance for Alexis, which is my worst nightmare. But everyone was doing it, and then it got to the point where they like pointed at me to go in.
No,
I know. And so I was doing something and I kind of tripped and it really hurt, but I was like, I have to keep going. Like I can't pretend to be this hurt. So I kept dancing, and then there was like 25 minutes left of class and I kept dancing on it. And then as soon as class was over, I looked and my ankle and my foot were swollen. Like it looked like a cantaloupe was in my ankle and foot. And I immediately called my dad. God. And I was like, this was years ago. I didn't
Were
have a
you
boyfriend.
wearing shoes?
No, barefoot. And I don't even know what happened. And I called my dad. I was like, Dad, you have to come to my apartment. You have to take me to the hospital. Like, I think I broke my foot. And he said, that's ridiculous, but okay. And I broke my foot really bad. And I was in a boot for like 6 months.
Yeah. God.
It was so embarrassing. Made worse by the fact that I kept dancing on it because I didn't want to be embarrassed.
I'm sure that made it worse.
Yeah, it made it way worse. God. It hurt so bad.
I'm okay. It's fine. I'm okay.
Misha does that, but with fishing and with bloody legs.
Yeah. But she's like, I just want to prove to Nicola that I can fish.
Yeah, that I can fish just like Jesus was a fisherman and a carpenter or whatever.
And then he said he hates fishing with women. He's like, this sucks. He's like, this is the first time in my life I'm taking a woman to fish with me, and it's awful.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Nicola hates Misha. I think every day he hates her a little bit more, and I kind of love
Last time
it.
in my life I ever take a woman to go fishing.
Yeah.
God.
He is miserable with her. There's not a single thing he likes about her, I think.
It's weird.
Yeah, they have nothing in common.
And then they go to visit his family, including his mother, for the first time.
Yeah, and all he says before it is like, my family's going to hate you. Just so you know, they're going to hate you and they're probably going to be mean to you. And she's like, okay. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Because they want him to marry a virgin.
Yeah, an unmarried virgin.
And that is the opposite of Misha.
Yeah. Also, like, what? So Nicola's what, in his like 40s or 50s or something?
He's 40 something.
So do they expect him to marry like an 18-year-old, or do they expect him to find like a 40-year-old female virgin?
I don't know. I don't know what, because this is the first, he's never brought a girl home. This is the first time.
It makes no sense.
I don't know. It's
how
very
can a family
awkward.
expect that? Yeah.
Because they don't speak the same language.
No, and he's like rude and awkward.
Yes.
The brothers say, Misha, tell us about yourself. It's his mom and his two brothers. And Misha says, Nicola, why don't you tell them about me and how we met? But say it in, your language so that your mom can understand too, because the mom doesn't speak English. And Nicola's like, no, you say it like I don't tell my personal business to people, so why don't you just say it?
What the fuck was that? That was so weird.
He's so standoffish. It's really bizarre.
And like it was, the mom went to go into the kitchen to like make some grape leaves.
Yeah.
And Misha's like, okay, well, let's go into the kitchen and talk with her. And Nicola's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, you don't
like
have to talk a lot to my mom.
She's trying to communicate with them. And Nicola's like, boo.
I think Nicola is really over it and and is just waiting for this vacation to be over, and then is going to ghost Misha. And he doesn't know how to end it while she's still here, and doesn't know the logistics around it, and couldn't get out of this family lunch because there's nothing. He seems annoyed with her 24/7.
Yeah. And like the cliffhanger is that Misha's like, well, I was married before, I'm divorced.
Right.
And it's like, oh, is the family going to accept her? I think they will, because if this is the first girl that he's brought home, I'm sure they'll be like, yeah, sure, whatever. We just want you to get
thrilled.
married.
Yeah. I mean, and it didn't seem neither of the brothers brought a woman over, so it didn't seem like they were married either.
Yeah. The mom just wants grandkids.
Yeah, I'm sure the mom is like, you know what? Take him. Like, I'm done. So take him.
Yeah.
I will say that spread of food looked good.
It looks so good.
I was like, shit. And the mom made all that herself, that poor woman. Yes. But I was like, fuck, that looked good as hell. Things that are not good as hell. Cleo and Christian.
Oh, boy. Not a lot happened. It was a short segment.
Yeah, they do. I think it's pronounced synastry reading. It's an astrological chart of both Cleo and Christian together to see how they would do as a couple, which, by the way, I did with me and my boyfriend like 2 months ago.
Of course,
or a month ago. I literally paid like $150 for an astrologer to do our chart together.
What did they say?
It was like very accurate.
Okay.
It was accurate in like the pluses and the minuses. Like everything that we have issues with, she like, and I didn't tell her anything about our relationship.
Right.
And everything that there's issues on, she was like, oh, so like this planet is here for you and here for him. So that might mean that like this might come up in your relationship, like very specific stuff. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I'll tell you after. It's not really stuff to put on a podcast, but it was really, really interesting. It doesn't look good for them.
No. Outlook is bleak.
Yeah. Magic 8-Ball says, no, thank you.
Yeah. She said they might see each other as enemies sometimes and have like their communication is bad, which is accurate.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're like drawn to each other, of course.
Right. And the astrologer's like, I don't think it's going to work out. And then Cleo just starts crying.
She is very upset.
Yeah, she's devastated. She's like going through the breakup already. In this one moment, she feels it all in 1 second. And we find out that Christian has the same birthday as Donald Trump.
And then he does a Donald Trump impression, which is like, it's not bad.
It's not a bad impression. It's not a bad impression, but it makes me be like, okay, well, it makes a little sense. It makes sense.
That makes sense.
90 Day UK.
Oh, baby. This
I
episode
love you, chicken.
Baby chicken.
Jose is filming one of his glorious music videos.
Louise is the director and cinematographer and camera operator for all of it.
Yeah, Jose Feet Louise, production by Louise. He has written some of it in English, and he cannot, or I don't know if he wrote it in English. It seems like probably Louise wrote it in English.
She keeps telling him in English. You need to sing in English and talk in English.
Yeah, and he can't sing the English part that he allegedly wrote. She keeps being like, we're gonna have to do that part again because he can't sing it. And then they're having a gender reveal party for the baby.
So this must be, I feel like there's a big jump in time because she looks pregnant.
I didn't notice a difference.
Because I noticed that, and people on Reddit too were like, what happened? Because she looks visibly pregnant now.
Well, she must be though. If you
and
can't.
Gender is, I think it's 20 weeks. So that's 5 months already.
Yeah, well, because last week she found out she was pregnant. So then if she's already doing a gender reveal, a lot of time must have gone by then. Oh my God, and homeboy still doesn't know English? How is he here again?
I don't know. It's confusing. Did he go back and come back? I don't know. The time thing it's messed up. It doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't. Because he can't just visit at will, right? Like he needs, or can he visit it?
I don't know when his current visa expires. Maybe he has to go back. I'm assuming he has to go back before the baby is born.
He has to go back before and then
come back.
It must have been a several month visa.
Maybe it's a 6-month visa?
It must be. Yeah, because he's not going to be there for the birth of the baby because he failed that English exam.
But anyways, they're having a gender reveal party.
Louise is doing all the work. She's like cooking. She's setting up. And Jose is upstairs fucking with his afro and figuring out an outfit. Louise is like, Jose, can you please come downstairs and help?
And then he comes downstairs and he sits on the couch and he is playing with a balloon.
He's
counting
playing with
how
balloons.
many times he can kick it and hit it with his hand.
Kicking balloons. Then he's like counting balloons. He's been like, and 1, 2, 3.
At least he can count in English.
I know, that was impressive. Yeah, I mean, he was practicing his counting, 2, so that's good.
3. Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, I don't really know what Jose is doing, but
yes, Jose is a little childish. And then we show him getting up and he puts a balloon underneath his shirt and he's like, look, I'm you. Brr, brr, brr. Yeah. Oh, my back hurts.
He honestly is like a big baby. It's regardless of what language he's speaking, I don't see him being responsible or an adult or whatever.
No. He's trying to like put up lights around the apartment and he was like, oh, it's so hard because you got to plug in the light. Then that one falls and that one falls and that one falls. Yeah, you're like, what are you talking about?
And then even like taping balloons to the wall was somehow impossible for him. Like everything is the most impossible feat and so confusing and
How
so
has
hilarious.
He survived up till this point?
I don't know.
Did he live by himself?
There's no way. I mean, he must have lived with his parents or something. I can't imagine.
What does he eat? How does he go shopping at the grocery store? What? I don't understand.
I would like to know.
I need his backstory.
His whole backstory.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm skirting around saying so much, but I'm sure we all feel the same way. I don't know.
He ain't right.
Something ain't right. But I'm glad I'm glad she does.
Louise sees something in him that we all don't see.
You know what it is? It's like that show that got canceled, like adults adopting adults.
Oh my
like,
God.
that's what the vibe is here. It's like, okay, I guess Louise has adopted an adult son who she has a crush on or something.
Oh, I can't believe that show went off the air. We only got, 3 episodes, I think?
And the only reason it went off the air is because like one guy was racist. Like it had nothing to do with the fact that like adult men were adopting adult women who they had crushes on and their wives were like okay with it. Yeah, it was so insane show. They got to bring that show back. That was
I assume they shot way more episodes. They just didn't air them. They just took it off the air.
Them. Yeah, release the dark tracks.
Release the dark cut.
So Louise is like, oh, my son seems a little upset. Like her son, Jess, like I'm going to talk to him. And yeah, of course he's upset. His new stepdaddy's a fool. He's like, no, I'm not okay. I don't think Jose is going to be a good dad. He's not responsible. You're pregnant and he's just sitting on the couch thinking about social media and music. He doesn't even listen to you. He can't even get up himself and get a cup of water.
Oh, wow. I don't know what's going on. What is Louise doing? I don't get it. Like her son seems so smart.
Right.
And normal and responsible.
Her son seems like a 40-year-old man. And
yes,
Louise seems like his 16-year-old daughter who's gotten pregnant by her teenage boyfriend. Like the dynamics here are so bizarre and off, and
it is
twisted.
crazy when you're the child and you become the parent. I do know a lot of people like that.
Oh, 100%, right? It's just I feel so bad for Jess. I hope that at some point he gets to move out and have a wonderful life despite whatever the fuck is going on inside this house. And I honestly, this is going to seem fucked up. I honestly kind of hope that Louise, like, that this doesn't work with Jose and Louise and that she, meets someone new and they raise this baby together or something. Mm-hmm. I think Jose will be more of a problem than a help.
Yeah. I can't see him helping in any way with a child.
I also see him being dangerous financially.
Yes. Financially, yeah. And I would think like feeding the child food that like it
my God.
He just doesn't know.
Yes.
I would never leave a child with him. Are you kidding me?
No.
He would just set it down. He would go do something. The baby would like roll off the couch. Like 100%. That's how stupid he is.
Yeah. Like Jose would feed a baby hot Takis. You know what I mean? Like there's no way that this would end up well. And like, if they're fine, if he ever got access to the bank account, I think Jose would buy a fur coat and then the baby wouldn't have diapers for a month. Yeah. I just think it's a dangerous situation. Yeah. And I think Louise's love
you in danger, girl.
Yeah. Louise, you in danger, girl. So I hope he fails that English test for perpetuity.
I know.
I don't even know who this is. Oh, the new couple.
New couple.
She sucks.
She seems like a lot.
Yeah, she's annoying.
Tian,
I didn't like her.
She's 21. Her boyfriend or whatever, David, 24. She's from Derby, which is in Derbyshire.
Oh.
Which I found was funny. She loves expensive clothes.
I didn't know any of the clothes that she was talking about, though. Did you? I mean, I'm not saying they're not expensive.
I don't remember. I don't know.
I don't even really remember what she was saying either, but she was like, one day my mom bought me like a wind puff or something. And I was like, I don't know what
Canada Goose.
Oh yeah. What's a Canada Goose?
Or dry Canada Down. It's like an expensive winter jacket.
Oh, I just don't know about that because I live in Los Angeles. I was like, a Canada Goose?
Canada Goose
are expensive. That's like a $2,000.
They're very warm.
Oh, it actually is. It's pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You buy yourself a
Canada Goose head. Oh, the Reformation has a Canada Goose.
Yeah, it's trendy.
There's Canada Goose for Reformation. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. She has the most annoying laugh I've ever heard.
It's very annoying.
It's like, ah! I actually can't even really do it. And she laughs after everything she says. Every time she dropped a brand name, she would just give this weird giggle.
Yes.
And it was really annoying.
Her mom was like, she was baptized in Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah, so she's created a monster. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, she lives with her mom. With her mom. She works in sales, whatever that means.
Yeah.
And she met David while learning English, or he was learning English on some language app. I'm wondering, is it Duolingo?
Can you talk to people on Duolingo?
You can have friends. I've never talked to anyone, but I know 2 people who are on there who it's like, you give them like high five. They completed like a week of stuff. You just go high five and you give them a high five.
No, I don't think it was Duolingo, because I think that there's apps where like you message with them and practice.
Oh, that makes sense.
You're the like Spanish or English or whatever it is that you're learning.
Yeah, I think she was learning Spanish because David lives in the Dominican Republic. I think he was learning English. She was learning Spanish.
Yeah, and they were probably chatting together.
Chatting. And he is a salsa dance teacher.
Yeah, she does not like that.
She
too sensual.
Yeah, he's too close to other women.
Yeah, too much hip action.
We meet her grandma, Marjorie, who seems like a cool lady.
Yeah. Also, I think it's funny is she said, you know, David on the language app was flirting with her and being sexual. And she was like, no, you do not speak to me like that. Like, I am a lady. Apparently, he liked that boundary and that she set. And then he changed his behavior. And now they're like dating and in love. And I don't know, just that origin story is so funny to me because it's just like, okay, so then did he just change his game and was like, oh, this girl's even more of a conquest. Like now I'm just going to change and see like what other routes I can take to try to get her. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah. He said he used to be a player.
Right.
And he's like very confident.
If a guy was trying to sex me on a language app, I'd be like, no, thank you.
I can't imagine someone sending me a dick pic on Duolingo.
Yeah, and being like,
no bueno, no bueno.
Pinus. Yeah.
Poquito.
Yeah. No gracias. No gracias.
No gracias. No gracias.
Yeah. And even if he changed his tune, I'd be like, no, remember when you used to say all this weird shit and I didn't know you? Like, I don't think I could get over that. But I mean, I'm glad she did, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But he is like crying, talking about her.
Yeah, he's in deep.
He's in deep.
Yeah, and he's crying to the homies too. It's not like he's crying to his mom or something. He's talking to one of his guy friends. He just starts openly weeping. Yeah.
Yeah, just crying in the middle of a cafe.
Yeah, that's it. It's like a Taylor Swift song.
And then we see Tian, who has already picked out an engagement ring that she wants. And it's $3,000.
Insane behavior, in my opinion, because I don't think they've even talked it. I mean, they've loosely talked about marriage, I think, but they haven't talked about like a proposal or like let's go ring shopping or anything like that.
No. She was just telling her mom that she would never accept a ring that doesn't have a real diamond or I think that isn't real gold. And then we cut to David in the Dominican Republic at a ring shop and he's like, do you have anything that's fake diamond, like cubic zirconia? And you're like, oh no.
Poor guy. I mean, here's the thing. I wouldn't want cubic zirconia, but sure, I'd be fine with like a turquoise ring. Or like amethyst, you know what I mean? Like I don't need anything expensive or flashy or blingy or anything like that. It's so weird to me when people want a really, really extravagant wedding ring.
I didn't want an expensive ring because I was worried about losing it.
Oh,
I'm like,
100%.
I'm gonna lose this at some point in my life, and I'm gonna feel terrible if this is like so expensive.
I saw some like TikTok where, it's this man on the street things where just some weirdo
Billy
goes up to
Eichner? Name a woman for $1.
Name a woman. Yeah, I can't.
I don't know.
Where just some random person goes up to people and like asks them a question. And this guy was like, how much do you think a man should spend on a wedding ring? And these young girls were like, I don't know, like 3 times their salary. And
what is
like,
that? I've heard that.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
3 times their monthly salary? That's like a thing?
Yeah,
like, no.
That makes no sense to me. I like that. If you're more worried about the ring than you are the longevity of your marriage and your relationship, like you're in trouble.
It's so weird. Women who want these like expensive rings or like,
yeah, I mean,
who gives a shit?
One thing I did think was really funny is she goes in to show her mom the ring that she found, and her mom is Googling on her phone like traits of a narcissistic mother.
Wait, I didn't see that.
Yeah, her mom is on her phone Googling traits of a narcissistic mother. Assumingly, I think she's thinking of her mom, like the grandma or something. But then Tion comes in and is like, Mom, look at this ring that I found. And the mom kind of ignores her because she's looking at this Google of traits of a narcissistic mom. And Tion's like, Mom, what are you looking at? Mom, can I show you something? And it was just such like a weird, funny moment where the mom is just immersed in this Google search of traits of a narcissistic mom.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
This is not going to work. She can't marry a guy who doesn't make money to buy her expensive clothes.
Yeah, I mean, not if that's all she cares about. It ain't going to work out. So good luck to them.
Good luck to them.
I don't know if I like them as a couple, but I like maybe them individually, or I like Shane, at least Shane and Mert.
Yeah. I initially didn't like Mert at all. I didn't trust him, but
yeah,
he seems kind of nice now, I guess.
Yeah, I like Shane for sure.
Yeah.
Mert gets his visa and comes to stay with Shane and Shane's mom.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Shane's mom.
Yeah.
I think she's fun.
She's very fun. They seem like a fun bunch.
Yeah, I want Shane's mom to be on the next season of The Golden Bachelorette.
Oh, yes.
I feel like she'd be such a good spunky candidate or person to date. She has trepidations about them all being in the same flat together. Because it's a little small. And that comes to fruition a little bit when it comes to the bathroom.
Oh, boy.
Because Mert is taking some epic 30-minute shits.
Yeah. What? I love that they're like talking about this. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, because there's only one bathroom between the 3 of them. And the women are
small.
like, we need to get into the restroom. Like, can you get out of there? Yeah. And then there's a scene where he opens the bathroom and they're both hit. You can tell, like, the moment he opens the door, they both like ricochet back and are hit with a waft of poo smell. And Mert's like, we need to get some perfume for in there.
No. That's not going to help.
It's disgusting. But I was thinking, like, we've seen some of the toilets abroad, like the ones where you have to like bring in the water to like put in the toilet so then like the toilet can flush and things like that. Like, if I came from that situation and then I got my hands on a United States or UK toilet where I could just sit down and relax.
Yeah. Some of those toilet seats are warm too.
Oh, like if you got a bidet thing going on. And you could just sit and like have Wi-Fi on your cell phone and just take a load off, literally.
That's luxury, baby.
Yeah, he's probably having the time of his life in there. So I don't know. Just let him adjust for a little bit. Yeah, let him have his little bathroom time. Let him sit on the
toilet and watch YouTube videos. Who cares?
Also, I was thinking, like, is he jerking off? That's always my thought when someone's in the bathroom for a long time. I don't know why I go there.
You know, everything's possible.
Every time a boy's in a bathroom for a really long time, I'm like, are they jerking
That's what
off?
you think they're doing?
Yeah, I'm always like, are they looking at porn and jerking off? But I'm like, I'm weird. Like, I'm super paranoid. I don't know why.
Martin he's always looking at YouTube videos or watching like Instagram stories.
Of porn. No, I'm just
Fuck,
kidding.
it is of porn.
No, Martin's so wholesome. He's probably looking at like cats high-fiving. So they move into a place of their own.
Yeah.
Finally. And Mert's so excited.
Yeah. He is like, this is the greatest place I've ever been. He's never lived in a place that had stairs.
Yeah, incredible.
He is so excited. Like, he's going to cry. Like,
I know, it's really sweet.
Yeah.
And then Shane meets her friend Grace, who we've seen before, but to me, she looked exactly like the girl from 90 Day the Other Way, who had the wedding last week that got destroyed in like the hurricane. Katie? Yeah, I couldn't remember her name. Is it Katie? I was like, who was that? The one I think looks like Adele. I'm like, are they the same person? It's not the same person, right?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Don't they look exactly alike?
All these women from the UK look exactly alike.
I know. I'm like, oh my God, it's a crisis actor. Grace is just playing 1,000 different people in the 90 Day Fiance universe. But I'm like, they look exactly alike. They honestly really do look.
Yeah. Same vibe.
Just say, I'm on to you guys.
I'm on to you.
It's just, they're the same person with prosthetics and stuff. I'm on to you. I'm on to you, 90 Day Fiance universe. And that's it for...
Yeah, that's it for UK.
Now we have the other way. Tales of the Crypto. Oh, God. Kenny and Armando. I forgot. I did kind of watch this.
I did too.
Yeah. Kenny is 60 years old.
Yes. Shocking.
Yeah. So
I thought he was 40.
Me too. I feel like I finally watched this season, yesterday or whenever it was. And I was like, I caught up on like 4 seasons worth of stuff that people have been saying forever. So like, excuse me for repeating what everyone has already been saying, but I cannot believe he's 60 years old.
It's mind blowing. He looks so young. It's crazy.
Yeah. So he has 4 children of his own.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have, and he already has 2 grandchildren, and he's about to have 3 grandchildren because he's Zooming with his daughter, Taylor, who tells him that he's going to be a grandfather again because she's 7 weeks pregnant. But then I think what they said was the surrogate was going to have a second child, but then died in a car accident while pregnant.
Wait, I missed that part. Really?
Yes.
Okay, so here's actually what happened with Armando. Just editing this in so we're not spreading misinformation. Okay, this is from Armando's Instagram. This message is to clear up my daughter's mother's passing. I'm addressing this to clear up any confusion, as I did not want to go into specifics in the show. My then wife and I had been separated for a few months before her passing for a number of reasons, one of which was anger issues she was working on. During our separation, we were working on rebuilding our friendship again. During the divorce proceedings and on that evening of her passing, a disagreement took place over finances, and I thought it would be best to leave the situation and return back to my home. After that, 15 to 20 minutes later, I was driving down the highway and I was shocked when I was suddenly struck from behind and then was hit again. As I continued down the highway, I then realized it was my ex-wife, and before I knew it, she lost control of her vehicle and passed away on the scene. As you can understand, this was a very tragic event in the life of my daughter and I, as we lost her and an unborn baby. This was a very difficult moment for everyone involved, myself, of our family, our friends, and has been a long grieving process. And out of respect for my daughter's mother and her memory, I ask for your empathy and understanding on this personal tragedy. Thank you. Oh my God, because last episode they were talking about maybe possibly having another kid via surrogate.
And so that's why Kenny and Armando have gone back and forth with like adopting and surrogacy and stuff like that, because they're like, they've had this kind of trauma with it in the past. And Kenny, this episode, is like, I don't know if I have it in me to have another kid. Like, I just don't know if I can do it. And
also,
he's like
60, has grandkids.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
And he's like, this is the first time I don't know if like Armando and I are going to make it because Armando wants a kid or another child. And I don't know if I can hold him back from that.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you take Wayne and Holly? Psychos.
This bitch. Yeah. Goats roam around free in New Zealand. They're in South Africa. They're not in New Zealand.
Oh, I meant South Africa. Sorry. I get them all confused.
Yeah, there's goats roaming around.
Goats just roam around free in New Zealand, I guess, is what I wrote in the doc while watching. That's an important note I thought I needed to write down.
Similar accents, I'll say.
Yeah.
So Holly wants a new house. She wants a walk-in closet. She wants a security system. She wants to live in like a gated community.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm just not going to feel comfortable until we move into a gated community. And she also wants a swimming pool.
Yeah, she has a long
air
list
conditioning.
of demands.
A long list of demands. Long list of demands. And her hair, she claims her hair is real.
Okay, yeah, I wrote that in the doc too. Is that her real hair or is that extensions?
I saw on Reddit, I think people have seen like extensions, like they could.
Oh, really?
I mean, I don't know. It's so crazy to have
There's
that
a lot of
long
hair. There's a lot of hair she has.
But it turns out Wayne can't really afford another house because he has zero savings.
Yeah, my man.
Because he put it all into crypto.
Yeah.
This house in this gated community they took a tour of, it's like $113,000 in American dollars.
Yeah,
which is
pretty
like
nice.
That. I mean, that's cheap for America to have like a big house like that has like a pool and everything. Like that's a good price,
right?
And it has everything that Holly's looking for.
Yeah, it has like multiple bedrooms and it has a pool and a security system. It's in a gated community.
Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable, like that price. But then they're trying to calculate square meters to square feet, and somehow, so the bedroom is like 456, or the house is 456 square meters. And if a meter is roughly 3 feet, right? That's not the exact conversion.
Girl, I don't know. I would have been like Holly doing this. I like Holly was doing the math and I was like, okay. She lost me. I mean, I wasn't like, okay. But I mean, her doing the math, I understood where her brain was at. I was like, I don't know.
I think it was Wayne doing the calculator because Wayne was like, no, you multiply it by 300 and it came out to 63,000 square feet is what they thought the house was. And Holly was like, that's kind of small, no? Like, do you want to live in an IKEA? Is that what you want?
That like it's crazy because a mansion is like 8,000 to 10,000 square feet.
Yeah, this is like a Walmart.
Mansion. Yeah, like I don't know what she thinks 63,000 square feet is. Like I
don't know what is
she
that.
Has no conception of
because it's like
bizarre.
What was it, like 1,400 square feet? So it's like 3 times. I think Wayne meant to do 3 times 456.
Yeah.
But somehow he did 300. That doesn't even come out to 63. I don't know what kind of math they were doing.
And that seems like a substantially sized house for South Africa.
Yeah.
Like 1,400 square feet.
1,400 is like a pretty good, couple bedroom house. You got a pool. It's not bad.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not bad. But they argue outside because in front of. I love when couples argue in front of the real estate agent.
It's so funny.
And then undoubtedly the real estate agent every time is always like, I'm going to leave you two alone to discuss for a second.
I don't need to be here. This is awkward.
Yeah, it's always so heated. It's so crazy. But Wayne is like, I have no plans of getting a house. Like, I don't have the money for this. Oh, and then Holly says that they could spend up to what? Like $2 million on a house?
Yeah, it was 2 million South African rand, which equaled It was something like
500,000 or something.
Yeah, it was like 300 to 500,000. And Wayne's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
No.
he's like, "Okay, you pay for it, but I don't have this money."
Yeah, he put $40,000 in crypto.
Right, but he also just doesn't have savings.
And it seemed like it wasn't going well because he
No.
didn't seem excited about it.
And who should be?
No.
It's a defunct currency. Also, though, this has kind of made the rounds recently. So Holly wears this necklace, and people, it's like a necklace with like a heart at the end, and I guess people have found the necklace online somewhere, and it looks like you take it out and it has a little cocaine spoon.
Yeah, there's a little heart, and you can like pull out this teeny tiny little spoon. And I found it on a couple different websites. Like there's knockoffs of it. You can buy it for like $30. But one of the websites says like for putting ashes in, so you could hold your family member's ashes. And then another website just had like a credit card with like a bunch of powder next to it.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I can't tell if it's the same necklace she's wearing or not.
I think it is. It's because I looked at a couple different ones, and I think I found the one
to figure out which one you wanted to buy.
Yeah, the one I wanted to buy. Lana Del Rey necklace. There's a couple.
Oh my God, does Lana Del Rey have it?
Yeah, it's called the Lana Del Rey necklace, and I think I don't know if she was wearing it like in one of her music videos, I think. Or it's a necklace that she wears.
Did you see that weird thing that happened at the Lana Del Rey concert?
No, what?
Where like all of a sudden everyone in the crowd kind of like ricocheted backwards.
What? No.
It's really weird. So like she was singing in her concert, and then all of a sudden, like starting at the front row, like everyone, like there was a sound, and then everyone was kind of like, whoa. And then everyone like behind them kind of, and people are like, oh, it's a domino effect. Like people in the front row leaned back, and then it pushed them and pushed them and pushed them. And then other people are like, no, the government is testing some sort of sound mechanism that can harm people and push people over. And I'll have to send you the video.
Were
It's
people
really weird.
scared that it was like gunshots or something?
No, it was her music. Like it wasn't a sound that was unusual. It was like the sound of her music, like barreled people over.
Oh.
It's really weird.
Weird.
I'll send you the video.
Now that sounds like a government experiment to me.
Well, that's what everyone's saying. So watch out. If you were at the concert, call in because I'm curious.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? And what happened? And other people are like, there's a goat. There's an apparition.
Oh my God.
Speaking of apparitions, Brendan and Mary, they're at church hailing our Lord and Savior, Jesus. Mary keeps being like, Brendan, don't look at girls. Just look at the priest and me, and that's it. Don't look at anyone.
This is crazy.
She's crazy. Like abusive.
Yes.
Meanwhile, it's not like there's like hotties at church that day. It's old women and children. There's no one who Brendan's gonna snatch up and leave with.
No.
After the service, Brendan's like, listen, this isn't sustainable. I can't live like this. Like, I let you go out with your friends and you have guy friends. I need to be able to like look where my eyes look and talk to whoever I want to talk to. And you need to be able to be confident that I'm not going to leave you or abandon you.
And good for him for finally saying
something. Like, good job, King. And Mary loses her shit.
Yeah, has like a full-on panic attack. Just screaming and crying.
Yeah, and she like starts hyperventilating, and she's afraid. She says everyone she loves leaves because when she was a kid, her parents left she and her brother, and then like with no money, and then never contacted them again. So she has this fear of abandonment, and she like says to Brandon, like, find someone else then. And so and then Brandon hugs her. So it doesn't look like they're breaking up, but it definitely seems like Mary has some like deep rooted issues.
What if she has a baby and it's a girl? Can Brendan look at the baby?
Oh, I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, I think that would probably be fine. But I think that they're never going to have a female nanny.
Oh, absolutely not.
And I think that if there was a female school teacher, Brendan wouldn't be able to go to the...
God.
I mean, there's going to be problems forever until she deals with this situation.
Yeah.
Unless she's going to like lock... I mean, it's abusive is what...
Yes.
Is
He's
what
in
it
an
is.
abusive relationship.
Yeah, if there was a man who was saying to me, only look at me, do not look at men, do not talk to men, do not hang out with men, do not have a male server, do not go to a male doctor, like you'd say,
That's
Allie,
fucking
call the
crazy.
cops. Yeah.
You in danger, girl.
Yeah, you'd say, Allie, that person is going to end up killing you. Get a restraining order. You know, so it's hard to see sometimes when it's the gender is switched. But
it's the same exact shit. Like she's for sure gonna kill him, murder suicide.
Yeah, like this is not a good situation.
Well.
It's not going to end well.
No.
Oh, and then I will say the couple next week looks crazy.
New couple.
Yeah, I don't even remember their names because I was so distracted by their appearances. They look like Instagram AI. It's like two yassified people who do not look real.
No.
They're just two avatars who love to fuck, who are going to be on this season of 90 Day Fiance.
Can't wait. Crazy that they're introducing new people like episode
this
8.
Late in the game. I know. Oh my God,
Yeah.
is it really episode 8? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wish that they had been introduced episode 1 because they seem like they're probably so boring.
Right.
And it's just the way they look that's so crazy.
Yeah.
But they're plastic surgery addicts, you can tell. And
Can't wait.
yeah, they're bizarre. Last Resort. Boring episode.
I don't really like it's Ed and Liz. Ed's like, I think we're in first place. We're the number 1 couple.
Sorry, babe. I don't think that's the truth.
And then they show Kalani and Asuelu. Asuelu's crying because Kalani wants Asuelu to sleep on the couch.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's the couch. I think she wants him to get another room.
Yeah.
He's like, it's different because that guy could have gotten you pregnant.
Right.
That's why he's so upset that she had sex with her hall pass guy because he could have gotten her pregnant. And she's like,
but Asuelu could have gotten a girl pregnant.
Right. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, you got your dick sucked. I suck dick. Like, there's no difference. Who cares? Like,
yeah,
you started it. He doesn't really seem, I think he comes from, a culture where it's probably more, and he's said this, it's more usual for men to do what they want sexually.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, I know, right?
Welcome to America. Not okay here.
And so I think he's kind of in for a rude awakening. But I feel bad. Like, you can tell he's pretty emotionally devastated by where their relationship has gone. But I don't think there's any turning back, to be honest.
No.
Angela and Molly, BFFs.
They're having a great time in the pool.
I would watch like a little show of them together.
Yeah.
Like
Palling
going
around.
on road trips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's like Sonia and Luann, Crappy Lake. Like, I would watch Angela and Molly do Dallas or something. I don't know. Just watch them do a simple life kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then there's just stupid ass obstacle course. Like, what even happens here?
They have to they're blindfold. One person's blindfolded. The other couple has to like lead them around these cones to pick up water balloons and like drop them in the circles. And what's funny to me is that Angela has Michael on the iPad stick. Like he's a person carrying him around.
It's so funny.
It's insane.
It's really crazy.
And of course, Kalani and Asuelu are arguing the whole time.
Yeah.
Ed is clearly cheating.
Yeah.
Like he just, obviously cheats the whole time just to like win.
Which is an indicator of his personality and his relationship, which he doesn't realize that like he will do whatever he needs to do to be in first place or maintain his image.
And then because Michael's not there, so Angela is guiding Jovi.
Yeah.
They won best communicators. It was Angela's like, now you turn left, go right, go this way. And I hanged out, like it was amazing.
Well, what I will say about this, which I think is so interesting, is that it says something about like explicit communication. Jovi is not triggered by Angela and Angela is not triggered by Jovi. Like, I don't think they've ever had any beef together.
No.
So there was no animosity or tone or other language. It was just explicit, turn left, turn right, go straight. And sometimes I think that does a lot for relationships of just being explicit, like, this is what I need. But when you have resentment or animosity, you know, you say a million different other words instead of that.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, Angela, think about how much it would help your relationship with Michael if you just explicitly were like, this is what I need verbatim, nothing else. Like, you know, and it's just funny how easy it is for us to communicate with people who don't trigger us sometimes.
Yeah, it is funny.
Yeah, they like really killed it.
They fucking killed it.
Yeah, everyone's like, what?
And then Ed called Kelly a bitch because Kelly called him out for cheating. And Ed was like,
who's
whatever,
Kelly?
Bitch. Kelly is Molly's guy.
Oh, right. Who's Kelly?
Who the fuck is Kelly?
Who the fuck's Kelly?
So, like, they had a little beef going. And then Ed admitted to cheating. He's like, oh, I thought it was funny. Like, I was going to win. And then what's so bizarre is that Liz was like, oh, I'm so happy you admitted to cheating. Like, I feel so much better now that you, like, admitted to it. And I'm like, what? The bar is so low for Liz.
I know.
It was just it was sad that she was like, oh, I just feel so much better that he admitted to cheating. Like, that's what makes you happy about Ed, is that he admits when he cheats. Like, that's...
How about this
sad.
guy has no integrity or ethics or morals? Like, that doesn't bother you. It's just he admits when he's being shitty. It's just
like, I feel bad for Liz. Like, she is in a dark place.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, I should have compassion, but I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It gets to a point where you're choosing it. If you're not changing, you're choosing.
Oh, shit.
Put that on a coffee cup.
It's just, I don't know. She needs to get out. I think she's just feels stuck and I don't know.
I also think they like being on TV. Also,
yeah.
I think they like being on the shows at this point.
Especially Ed, for sure.
Yeah.
And like they get paid too. They don't make that much money, but they get paid.
I think that if Ed and Liz were never going to be on a show again, I do not think that they would still be together.
Oh, absolutely not. There's no way.
I think that this is also what's drawing them together. So, stupid.
And then Yar's big secret is that she's taken birth control.
Yeah, she and Jasmine are seeking birth control.
That's her big secret, and good for her.
Fine, I think.
Who cares?
Yeah, I don't think you need. She doesn't want a baby, and she's been honest about that. Take birth control.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, it's not like she told Jovi, like, let's have a baby. We're trying,
she's not
and she
lying.
Yeah, no, she said, I don't want a kid.
She said, I don't want a fucking baby.
Yeah, so good for her. She's taking the measures not to do that.
Good for her. I'm a Yara fan.
Yeah, I'm pro Yara for sure.
And then we come to this disgusting jacuzzi that needs to be burned to the ground. Ed and Liz are in there. Angela comes over. Ed stands up. He's naked. Shows his dick to Angela. Like, what?
It's like a toad.
Is that not like sexual assault? For one.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But Angela loves that shit. Well,
But then
Angela would either
pulls
love
out
that
her-
shit. Yeah.
Pulls out her boobs, and you're like, oh, these fucking two. Oh.
I can't think of two people I'd want to see naked less.
Right? The two people in the world.
What if that's the same jacuzzi that Gino and Jasmine Golden showered in?
Oh God, they just like fly it around.
Yeah, they just did the 90. They're like, you know what? We can't use public jacuzzis and pools, so we just have a 90-day fiance jacuzzi that we just transport to all our locations.
It's so gross, and it's small, and like everyone jumps in. Everyone except for who Asuelu and Kalani are not there.
Yeah. Also, reminder that this is like a public hotel where other families are, and like people are at this hotel.
Can you imagine?
No,
Just
catching
seeing
a
Big
glimpse.
Ed in a jacuzzi.
No, it's
And
disgusting.
And then Kelly calls out Ed for being annoying and interrupting everyone's conversations, which he does.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah. Good for Kelly.
Yeah.
And then they get into an argument, and then Ed says, I'm a Yandin Aikido.
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant. What did that mean?
Some sort of martial arts trained. Like, no,
Oh.
you're not going to beat up Kelly. What are you talking about?
I would
Kelly's like a
love-
former cop from Brooklyn.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Are you
I would
kidding
love
me?
to watch that fight. I would love to watch Ed fight anyone, actually.
So that was how the show ended. And then there's a preview for next week that could mean so many things.
I don't know if I saw the preview. What was it?
Oh, it's Jovi and Yara's hotel room. Jovi's sitting on the bed. Yara says, I'm so hurt that you did this to me, bringing another person into our bed.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I
What?
wonder what that means.
That could mean he wants a threesome. He asked for a threesome.
Or he
It
cheated.
could mean he cheated. Or it could mean something like
Airbnb
he was-
guest.
Airbnb guest. Yeah, they want to Airbnb their house.
Yeah.
Or he invited someone to hang out in their hotel room.
Oh,
If it's like
that's-
someone staying at the hotel, or even if it's like Liz or Angela.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's something like that where it's like, oh,
Or
you're
like a
just mad
producer.
because
Or what if it's like a producer?
someone was hanging out in the hotel room, maybe. I don't know, but like into our bed, like that, I don't know.
Do they have a hot nanny?
I don't know.
Oh, I think
I
her
don't
mom is the
think-
nanny.
I doubt he cheated on her.
I don't know. He loves those strip clubs.
I don't know. These
Annie's
cliffhangers
horny.
are always like, oh.
Yeah, it's always like nothing. I know. Wow. Well, if you think you know what it is, call in and let us know. Or if you have any other 90-Day Fiancé hot tips, Melissa, where can people reach us?
You can reach us at webcrawlerspod@gmail.com.
All right. Well, I am Allie. I do not want to see Big Ed's penis, Seagull.
I am Melissa. I would rather die than share a jacuzzi with Big Ed Stetton.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, it's another 90-day fiance, baby.